Hi, folks. Dimitri Downey back. Introduce you another one of our Cannamentor, another individual that I've known the entire time I've been involved in the cannabis industry. Ian, how you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
So you just shifted to Grow Sciences, is that correct?
It is after 9 years with my previous brand, and I'm not ashamed of it at all. Kind Concentrates. It was a wonderful brand to bring to this industry, and again, after 9 years, I just felt it was time for it. The stars aligned, and an opportunity arose here with Grow Sciences. So I jumped
Yeah,
on it. Yeah.
Grow Science is a tremendous organization. We'll talk about them in a second. Tell us about your journey, when you started and how you've journeyed along through the industry and all the companies you work with. I mean, because you work with other ones, just not Kind, but kind of under the same umbrella.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a little story there as well. But yeah, so again, just a quick background on myself. Business communication major, and was in corporate media sales for about 10 years with, you name the acronym, and I've worked for them: CBS, NBC, ABC, doing television sales, radio sales, and digital sales. Which, if anybody's familiar, media sales is one of the hardest things to sell out there. But yeah, a friend of mine won a license, and he won it in Mayer, Arizona. And he quickly realized that with the small patient count there, that he needed to quickly do something to monetize the license there. So he came up with the idea of creating a wholesale brand, which we know today is Kind Concentrates. And knowing my background in business and sales, he reached out and wanted my expertise to figure out how to launch the brand. And kind of moonlighted a little bit between both careers for a little while, which was very hectic, but it was fun. What made it fun is I would literally, on my lunch breaks at my corporate sales job, I would go out to the different dispensaries. I would take around my little Pelican briefcase that I had, and I would show samples of concentrates and vapes and whatever cool things RSO, whatever we were making at the time. And it was neat because I was able to bring kind of a certain level of professionalism, if you will, to the industry. Like I said, I was going out and I was all suited up. And
yeah, I remember that. You and I were two of the people wearing suits.
Yeah, it was unexpected, right? You'd go into the dispensary, and at first they thought I was an owner, right? Because again, who else is going to show up in a suit? But again, like I said, it did add a level of legitimacy to the brand. The dispensary owners at the time were the ones doing all the product intake. It was literally, again, back in 2013 in the infinite stage of the program. So again, being kind of one of the first wholesale brands, I felt like kind of a trailblazer in that, we kind of paved the way for, the wholesale program as we know it today, which is vibrant and amazing.
And then so Kind got sold off to MedMen, and then it was a MedMen brand, and then
with the license sale, they acquired Kind, the wholesale brand as well, and we worked under that brand for almost a year and a half, and then the brand switched to Copia down in Tucson, and we partnered with OGs, which was a great partnership there, and that's still going on today. But as of literally a couple of weeks ago, after 9 years, I decided to make the switch to Grow Sciences. Yeah,
you went from great to greater. I mean, it's just it's OGs and Kind are great brands, strong reputations, and Grow Science is a little different. It's flower and MIPS, or
I mean,
Grow Sciences.
The main difference is really just a completely vertical operation, right? I mean, they have their cultivation, and from there, it's literally seed to extract. Everything's done in-house, which is obviously best in class and top shelf products, whether it's the flower or the concentrates or the edibles. And like I said, opportunities like this don't come around very often. There are very limited, I would say, premium cannabis companies in the Valley. So, like I said, it was actually at a MITA, believe it or not, that I met up with the owners. They were there speaking. It was probably 2 months ago. I don't know if you remember, Dimitri, but Mike and Matt were there speaking, and they
Yeah.
came up to me and they said, "Hey, if so again, MITA is a great networking opportunity. It's literally what kind of sparked the initial conversation for me to come over here."
Well, that's incredible. I didn't know that story. And we hear these stories all the time because there's all these things happening around MITA. And so Ian moved over to Grow Sciences because of a MITA event. That's just crazy stuff. I love that,
Yeah.
hearing those stories, because it makes us feel that we're doing some good stuff for the community. We appreciate that. So Grow Sciences, impeccable reputation. Congratulations. I've always been told by the cannabis community since Grow Sciences started that they have some of the best flower, but they're also doing MIPS and concentrates now. Is that, how does that just
All rosin based, which is
rosin
huge.
based?
Yeah, they're doing all the extracts, whether it be cold cures, rosin hash. They're best known for their full melt hash. They have the diamonds. They have a product called Slushy, which is amazing. Yeah, yeah. We do have the rosin cartridges. We have rosin gummies as well. But again, the differentiator here is really the fact that everything is rosin based. They don't do anything with the traditional distillates. Everything's broad spectrum, and it just hits completely different than a lot of the other products in the market. So yeah, and it really, what I'm quickly realizing is it really appeals to the industry folks. The ones that have the incredible tolerances now, just from being in the space for so long. They tend to lean on these rosin based products because they're hitting a lot stronger and just giving you more of that entourage effect that everyone's really looking for, as opposed to the distillate based products where it's really just kind of giving you that head high. It's just a completely different product base, and I love it.
Well, you're clearly an expert in this industry and the products and the business of this industry, et cetera. So I highly encourage people to reach out to you prior to the application process, during the application process, after the application process, if they're lucky enough to win, or if they're unfortunate enough to lose the lottery, and they still want to use their knowledge that they've acquired to get into the industry. You and your organization are impeccable and will be a great resource. So I really encourage people to reach out to you, Ian, and hopefully we'll have a couple other of the Grow Science guys on here as Cannamentors as well, so people know who they are, know that they're accessible. But what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Probably, email. It's easy. It's just ian@growsciences.com. One of the great things you mentioned, about Grow Sciences is, again, fairly new to the organization. They brought me in to run the sales portion of it. But the way that they like to train and onboard new employees is really to get them to touch and be a part of all aspects of their business. So in the first couple of weeks here, I've been doing everything from harvesting to bucking to trimming to packaging.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a great way to introduce a new member to their team, because you get to see all aspects of the company. Again, my specialty, and for anybody out there that really wants to lean on me, please do. My specialty obviously is wholesale, the sales process, wholesale distribution. That's really, I guess, where my strong suit would be, if there's questions out there. But again, I've been in the business now for since 2013, and it's great. But to go back to the roots of harvesting, bucking, trimming, packaging, it's been very fun. And the team over here at Grow Sciences is amazing. So
Yeah, and hopefully people will be watching this video before or after they win. And what I would recommend is that social equity license winners, they sit down with you, Kyle, Matt, and Mike as a team, and ask for like advice. Talk about what you guys can do together, because you guys have an impeccable reputation amongst the patients and the consumers. And I personally know of Grow Sciences credibility in their business dealings, and those two combined things are kind of unique to have both those in this industry. That's such a tough industry. So my advice to individuals would be to reach out to you or some of the other guys and sit down and talk and see how you guys can work together in the future, if they should be so lucky to win a license.
Right.
But
I mean, I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's a very important point you made there. I mean,
yeah,
for me, you know, when I was looking for another company to join, the people within the organization really, from the top down, are really going to make the difference. And I stress that to anybody that's new, wanting to come into the industry, to really do their research and their due diligence, you know, on not just the, I guess, the quality of the product that a company puts out, because everybody knows Grow Science is again top tier, but the people within the organization that are managing it, that own it, that really, you know, it speaks to the structure of the organization and everything down below. So I preface that doing your due diligence on the people that are running the company are just as important as the quality of the product that company tends to put out.
yeah, that's excellent. Any final advice for social equity applicants before we sign off here?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just the industry is at a point right now where it's almost resetting itself with rec coming on board. I feel like, you know, it was a very mature and strong medical community that we've grown over the couple of years. But now that we've entered rec, I think that it's kind of leveled the playing field, and everybody's kind of resetting their way that they're running their businesses. So I wouldn't say that you know, to be intimidated at this point, because again, everybody's kind of figuring out the new way to run their business in this rec model. So don't be intimidated. It's a great time to get involved, and yeah, I encourage everybody to get involved because it's a great industry.
Well, thank you for your time, Ian, and thank you, Grow Scientists, for lending us your time. Let the other guys know that we'd love to put them on this platform as well.
Oh yeah,
And I think that's, you know, one thing that I'm realizing is that, you know, say somebody wins a license, they should quickly have a, you know, breakfast, lunch, an hour-long meeting with all these individuals that are already in this industry, the teams that are so knowledgeable and so capable and so willing to help. And you represent the team today. And so thank you very much. And we'll see you October 27th or at MJ BizCon.
Yeah, you'll see me at MJ for sure. Yeah, but I'll see you on the 27th as well.
All right, North Hall, that's where everybody's going to be.
Cool, I'll be there.
See you
Thanks.
soon. Thank you.